But I really want to congratulate you. A few years ago, I decided to run for office and run for the 195th district. And I remember folks saying, why are you doing this? As a woman, number one, as a mom of 2 boys, who's going to care for your sons? They don't ask the men that, but okay. Why are you doing this? Why would you run for office? And for me, it was really simple. It's personal. As a young girl that grew up in New Jersey and my family struggled like many other families to put food on the table. My mother struggled with mental health and illness. My father spent years away in prison. But I made my way to Philadelphia. Was lucky enough to have a good scholarship, go to Temple Law School. Worked really hard, and somehow this Jersey girl found herself in the offices of City Council working for Council President Clark. And you know that's tough because Philly is a tough crowd for outsiders, right? But this Jersey girl found herself in the halls of City Hall working for the people because it's personal. It's personal when you see seniors coming before you and they need help, and you go to their homes and you realize they don't have water, and that you have a senior actually bathing with a water hose in the basement. It's personal. It's personal when you have children who are trying to get to school every day but have to walk through all the kinds of mess that we see in our streets. Or they're wondering about where their food is going to come from the next day, and that the only meal that they may get is at school. I was that child. It's personal. So when I talk about these things, about why I run for office and why I introduce the legislation that I introduce every other day or every other week, it's personal. Why I care about funding our schools here in Philadelphia? Well, because I have 2 little boys at home who I want to have the most qualified education that they can possibly have. So it's personal, but not just those little boys who I love, but also all the little boys that they play with at the playground and all the little girls that they run away from at the playground. No matter what, they're running, keep running, keep running, thank you. No matter what zip code they live in, I believe that they deserve the same quality education that I am providing for my children, because my children are going to grow up with those children and they're going to be the next 30 under 30. It's personal. And when I go to Harrisburg, and I have colleagues that tell me, I like you because you don't yell at us like the other black woman. North Philly came out real quick. It was offensive to me and my sisters that you're basically saying that I was a quiet, good black girl, and that my sisters was loud and angry and you didn't want to deal with them. Well, brother, white brother, you about to find out how angry this little girl from Jersey can really get and get mad, because it's personal when you want to talk about legislation that is holding down the people of my city. It's personal when you're talking about holding down their vote and not giving them the opportunity to have a good education, a good job, and when you want to lock up our brothers. It's personal, and so I'm gonna get loud and angry. So all of these things about why it's personal and why I'm sharing that message with our 30 under 30 and those of us who may be a little bit over that age. Not much, just a little bit, is that it's time to get personal. I've read through some of your accomplishments and I was just amazed. You are some talented and brilliant and beautiful sisters and brothers, and I want you to get personal. Now, this is a day of social media and cell phones, and my household is no different. We sit at the dining table and everybody got a tablet, a cell phone or something, but it's time to disconnect. And time to reconnect to our neighborhoods, reconnect to our families, reconnect to our communities, reconnect with those seniors and those children and those other loved ones and ones you haven't met in your neighborhoods, and do what needs to be done to lift our communities up. Because it's time to get personal for our communities, and that's my message for these young people today. It's time to get personal. It's time to reconnect with our communities and with our cultures and with our identities, because folks out there are working against us. Folks out there are working against us, putting policies in place to keep us down. They don't want to see the next 30 under 30 or the 100,000 under 30 that's going to be taking over this community, over the city, over this world. There are statistics that say by 2050, this city, this country will be majority minority. meaning majority of this population will be of some brown or black tone.
We will be the majority.
That's right. It's going to be a beautiful country, and they are afraid of that. So it's time for us to reconnect with our communities and build our communities up. And once again, I just want to say congratulations to all the honorees. Congratulations to Eric on just doing an amazing job with this magazine, taking it to the next level. And to all of the contributors for this edition. Thanks again.
Thank you, Representative Bullock. So I see a lot of people on their cell phones. You know, for some reason, I don't know what that's all about. We get in a room where we have real live people amongst us, and the first thing we do is pull out some virtual digital thing. So I'm going to give y'all a reason to put that to use. So I'm going to ask our 30 to under 30 honorees to come forward, and that way you can use your phone and take a picture and then blast it out in all that social media space that you currently find yourself on. Let's blast out what's going on in here, out there, and give our cell phones a reason. So 30 under 30 honorees, please come forward. Step it up in here. Get your love. So I'm going to ask all y'all who've been typing and texting and all that, focus your phones up here, take that picture, and then whatever messages you want to use, every hashtag and pound sign and whatever else y'all go crazy with, this would be a good use of that time right now. I'm going to ask one of y'all kind of hold the magazine so the magazine can get some love in the picture. Just pack it up back there, make it work. All right, see, that's what I'm talking about. Put them to use. Make sure you hashtag whatever you got a hashtag. I don't even know how that works. Look at the hashtag, Eric. Hashtag FunTimes Magazine. 30 under 30. And while they're up there, let's give them a hand, because a lot of times we talk about what our young people aren't doing, what they don't know, how disconnected they are. These young people are showing you that just ain't so. So let's promote a new image, a new narrative, and a new position of power for our African diaspora and the young people of that diaspora. Man, this feels like a paparazzi moment right here. FunTimes Magazine, Instagram, whatever y'all want to do. Because I have no idea how that works. So whatever you tell me, that's what I'm doing.
What are you doing? Great.
What you got going on?
Taking video.
FunTimes 30 under 30.
Look at all these. It's so funny to watch all the little...
All right, everybody's on the count of three. Sister wants us to scream FunTimes. So when I count to three, I need everybody in the house to scream out FunTimes. 1, 2, 3. All right.
Yeah. FunTimes.
I know, right?
It's so nice up here.
Yes, yes.
What it's fish down there. I like it.
I work on that. I got my magazine. I'm going to start calling some of y'all.
Fish have gone. They were here and they've gone.
How are you?
Oh no, I guess they're hiding.
They already got a picture. They're beating you up in the head. Trying to get a picture. I was like, who's this person? I'm hitting right here. It was I need. Right now. Now you make the mic will be right here. They had his eye. I was on that. It's 18 left. It's 18 left.
So here we are, we're celebrating 30 under 30 in the African diaspora, and it's organized by Eric and Zerby from FunTimes Magazine, which is a wonderful magazine.
All right, so what we want to do,
that comes out every 2 months. And he's been published in Philadelphia for about 10 years.
Some of our young people up 30 one at a time. so you can see who they are and they can introduce themselves to you as quickly as possible. So when I call your name, I'm just going to ask that you come forward
Okay, there we are.
and just introduce yourselves to our audience. Take about 60 seconds that you tell them who you are and how we can support you. So when I want to start, this is not an alphabetical order, I'm just going by how you're featured in the magazine. I want to call for Brother David Simmons. Is David Simmons in the house? David Simmons, please come up. Is David Simmons in the house? Going once. I see somebody running, so that must be him. Oh, this is the brother that promised to help me out with my social media game. I remember you. That's my shirt too, yes sir. So make sure I get your card before we go. So Mr. Simmons, this is his page right here. You're also on the cover, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's him on the cover. Tell us a little bit about yourself, sir.
Thank you, Brother Jamar. I appreciate it. My name is David Simons, and Cleveland Social Media is truly an honor to be before all this black excellence in the room. Can we clap it up for that? Yeah. So very excited to be here. Honored to be here. I run a company called Cleveland Social Media. We do social media marketing for influential leaders, speakers, trainers, coaches, NFL players, NBA players, etc. So if you need social media marketing or know someone that needs social media marketing, feel free to contact me. I also work out of this location, Kingdom Social Media. I want to big shout out to Eric and Diane and the whole FunTimes Magazine. Y'all are awesome. Hope you guys enjoy yourselves.
And if I mispronounce your name moving forward, please forgive me. I saw 2 M's and it was So when y'all see my social media game step itself up, y'all can thank this brother because we're going to figure it out. Let's call up Sophia Valen. Is she here? That's the name she must be here. I just also a good time while that person's talking. If you family and you screaming, come forward and get that picture going on. Miss Sophia.
Hi, my name is Sophia Valen. I am a storyteller. I consider myself a storyteller in all of the forms. I'm a journalist. I've been reporting in the city of Philadelphia for about 7 years, 3 years at the Philadelphia Inquirer, dailynewsandplay.com. I left recently to pursue my project, Black History Untold, independently. It's a project that kind of delves into the importance of a comprehensive Black history education, you know, beyond America, globally, beyond slavery, beyond shackles, telling us all the parts of our history that we don't always hear in school. And it's a critique of the education system, and it also is examining the power of that knowledge and how it impacts us as a people in our psyche. So that is a little bit about me, and if you have an Instagram, follow the project at Black History Untold. So, oh, and I'm the child of Jamaican immigrants, so bop bop.
I appreciate that. Let's go to Gabrielle Gibson. Is she here? Gabrielle Gibson. I hear clapping, so that's a good sign. It must mean something. All right, here we go. And also make sure before you sign off, you let people know how to keep in touch with you.
Hi, I'm Gabrielle. I work for JP Morgan Chase in the Human Resource Technology Department. So I'm a business analyst, and I work on basically release management so that developers can make their products and so that they can release the products in an efficient manner. I don't really go on social media, honestly, for myself. I mean, if you want to reach out to me, you can come over and talk to me.
Anthony Phillips, Mr. Anthony Phillips. And that's youth in action, if I remember correctly. Brother Anthony.
Hi, good evening. It's great to be here this evening with so many wonderful people. For me, I'm Anthony Phillips. I'm the Executive Director of Youth Action in Philadelphia. What we do is we work with middle school and high school students, and we provide them with sessions, leadership sessions around how to increase their social activism in their communities, increasing their volunteerism, also increasing their civic engagement, and we give them full funding to organize service projects in their communities because we want them to early on in middle school and high school, ages 12 to 18, to learn early on what it means to be socially aware so they can be more active change makers when they grow up. So we're building active change makers as socially responsible leaders. So one of the great things about Youth Action is that Gabrielle, who just talked, is an alumni of our program. So, kind of, great to see our program working in some ways. I hope it had a great impact on her in some ways. But if you want to reach me and want to learn more about youth action, because me, I'm also a PhD candidate in African American Studies at the University of Massachusetts. African American mentorship is my research focus. I hope to do professor work as well as, I'm going to stop. But I hope to do professor work and also continue to do mentoring work in the future. And then also, if you want to reach me, you can go to www.youthactionteam.org, because for me, it's about what we do. It's a unit, so I couldn't be there without the other people. And also, my Twitter, Instagram handle is bro_Phillips. And I'm Anthony Phillips on Facebook. All right? Thank you, brother.
All right. It was my African Diaspora test. I'm going to get this name and I'm going to get it as close as possible. Brother Ifeanyi Chukwu Easy.
Okay, so my name is Ifeanyi Chukwu. You're close. Good evening, everyone. I would like to thank FunTimes for this nomination. So I work at Cigna. Basically, I work as a senior print analyst. So essentially, we work on different roles, but essentially, my position is I take care of MVI policies. So essentially, these are healthcare coverages at Cigna that's covered if you travel abroad. You're covered under the MVI policy, which stands for Medical Benefits Abroad. Another thing that I also do is I'm part of the Nigerian American Young Adults Association. So I'm happy that Chinozo is here and Sophia Baldwin as well is here. So the Nigerian American Young Adults Association encourages Nigerian youths and also African youths within the South Jersey, Philadelphia, and Delaware region. So if anyone's interested, you can just go to www.nigerianamericanyoungadult.org. Thank you.
Is the Black African Diaspora in the house? Yeah, that's all of us. So are we in the house? Is the Black African Diaspora? Let's check it. All right, this lady was featured first, but I know she's also going to perform, so I wanted to give her a little room to both introduce herself and then do her thing. So I want to call up Miss Nala B, Victoria Ward. That would be better than that. Come on now.
Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Nala Ward. I go by the name of Nala B. I'm from Xavier, Connecticut. I'm a recent graduate of Temple University. Studying criminal justice in Spanish. I speak like 3 different languages. I love language. But I'm a music artist. I sing. My first single was featured in a Dell ad, and I'm currently doing voiceovers for Comedy Central. So that's a little bit about myself. Thank you. Oh, I guess I'm singing right now. So before I sing, I just want to give a little spoken word rap. I pray that you guys listen to the lyrics and it somehow meditates in your soul. So it goes, when I put my pen down on my paper, before I start my rhymes, I send a prayer to my maker and I ask for guidance in everything that I do, because I know all of these gifts, they were supplied by you. The most high, we learn to fly the best when we have no options left. We can't be calling 911 like we some white lefts. I reached my goals just to find there was no limit. And baby, we don't shine just for pettiness to dim it. What God has for you, no man can take away. And you know these young queens out here need role models today. So as I speak this to myself, I share it with you all. Just know the race ain't over even when you take a fall. So the last thing I'm gonna sing, we all know it, it's NDRE, it's called Video. It's very near and dear to my heart. If you know it, sing along. I want to perform with you, not at you. So here we go. Sometimes I shave my legs and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I comb my hair and sometimes I won't. Depending on how the wind blows, I might even paint my toes. Yes, but it really just depends on whatever feels good in my soul. Check this. I'm not your average girl from your video, and I'm not built like a supermodel, but I learned to love myself unconditionally because I am a queen. I'm not your average girl from your video. My worth is not determined by the price of my clothes. No matter what I'm wearing, I will always be Nala, a queen.
All right now.
When I look in the mirror, and the only one who's there is me. Clap with me. Every freckle on my face is where it's supposed to be. Yes. And I know my creator didn't make no mistakes on me. My feet, my thighs, my lips, my eyes, I'm loving what I see. I'm not your average girl from your video, and I'm not built like a supermodel, but I've learned to love myself unconditionally because I am a queen.
Shout out to the African queens in the room. All right, my sister. So before I introduce the next cohort of our 30 under 30, I just want everybody to walk around, take about 3 minutes, shake it off, say hi to somebody you don't know. Instead of looking at your phone, look up at the person in front of you, shake their hand, give them a little brotherly and sisterly love, and we're gonna call our next people in about 3 minutes. It's okay to get out your chair. The chair's gonna be there, nobody's gonna take it. Let's get up and act like we know. Show some love in the room.
Susanna J. Dodgson, February 1st, 2018. We're at a FunTimes event. FunTimes is a magazine that's been published in Philadelphia for about 10 years. And before that, it was published in Liberia.